All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. This will be the first live session I'm doing on YouTube. Hopefully, everything's coming out fine. I believe my audio is not going to be that great. I'm using a Logitech G430 headset, which the audio itself is good, but the software that I'm using to encode this live stream, which is XSplit Broadcaster, I'm using the free edition right now. It's only allowing me to set the audio to like 96 kilobit, I believe is what it is. There's some options to get it all the way up to like 128 or 144, and I think the highest option was 192 kilobit, which should make it crystal clear. So if the audio isn't the greatest, I'll look at getting that resolved once I review this live stream later and make sure it's coming out the way I expect it to. I think it's just a few dollars, about $8 a month to get the upgraded license on XSplit Broadcaster so that I can unlock some of the other features. So not a whole lot. I think to do 3 months at a time. So $25 investment will open that up for me. Anyways, in this live stream, what I plan to do is decide what kind of 2D game that I want to create. And hopefully we'll get some input as well from any of the viewers. This is, again, going to be a series. If you haven't seen my first two videos, it's going to be a series where I am actually learning how to create a game as I go. So you're going to be able to see that process I go through, the ups and downs. I'm going to stream everything live as I go through it. There may be some dead time, quiet time or things when I'm focusing and stuff, where I may not talk a whole lot. And I want to kind of give the raw footage without editing any of this on, the process it really takes, the time that's involved, that kind of stuff. So sometimes when videos are edited, they make it look easy to do whatever they're doing. But I want you to get an understanding of at least what I'm going through and to put it in perspective for anyone else trying to learn how to develop a game in general. In this case, 2D, but later on when I get more familiar with Unity and the tool set I'm planning to use, we'll move on to 3D stuff. But so, anyways, that's what this is going to be about. Hopefully my audio is picking up, and I apologize. I didn't realize I was still on the intro screen. I do have a webcam, which I may put on later, at a later time in a future video. Right now I just have a little picture of myself there in the bottom left corner. That is something fairly recent, within, I'd say, 90 days. So that's more or less what I look like. Yeah, so as far as the type of game that I want to develop, and starting out with something new, I want to keep it simple. And so there's several games that are out there that are two-dimensional and for different platforms, mobile and PC. I'm focusing right now on a PC-based game, only because that's the development platform that I'm on. It's a Windows 10 PC here, 16 gigs of RAM, a decent machine. So, an average machine, I should say, not decent, but it's average. It'll get the job done. So, anyways, it's going to be like a 2D game. I kind of envision some kind of multi-level game, and I'm really thinking about doing something really, really simple to begin with. Possibly almost like a puzzle type game. So I'm really just trying to come up with some ideas in my head. I was thinking about a side scroller type game, multi-level, kind of like the old Mario's. And then I thought about maybe a Q&A type game, educational, with some kind of questions and answers and multiple choice, or something along that lines. But I don't really, I guess it's kind of hard to decide what kind of game to create. Um, I've been told that it's sometimes best starting out to start by trying to clone existing games, do a variation of it, and try to clone it and build it from scratch and create a game that works and operates just like an existing game out there. Um, so, like I said, so there's the old Super Mario Brothers type games, or maybe even a Pac-Man style, or something like that. Maybe it'd be a space shooter like Galaga or Galaxian. I forgot what the game was that I remember from back in the days. There was Centipede, Donkey Kong, all those platformer style games. But anyways, it's going to be something really simple. Again, I'm in the learning process, and you're hopefully going to learn as we go as well. So that's going to be it for this brief video right now. I just want to really do this. This was for a test so that I can go back and review the video. And I will pick up tomorrow, and hopefully at an earlier time. Again, I don't have a schedule set, but I'll look at putting out some kind of regular time that I'll be on. 6 o'clock is going to be the tentative schedule if I can commit to that. It may have to be 7 really, because of dinner time and things like that I need to handle. I have 2 kids I have to take care of, so I will be doing this stuff like after dinner. So, but that'll give me time overnight. I'm going to really think about what kind of game that I want to develop, and if anybody posts anything that happens to watch this within the next 24 hours, I may consider some other options. But I'll come up with 1 or 2 options that I want to possibly work on. And I might do like I said, I was told it was best to try to clone an existing game. So we may do some kind of a clone of a game in our own way and using Unity. So and I really would like to do like a Pac-Man clone to start with. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll call this a short stream, and I'll talk with y'all tomorrow. Come back and watch the live stream. Eventually, these will get better as I do them more often. I think I'll get more comfortable with it. I'll have some ideas and maybe make it more interesting as time goes on, especially when we get into using the tools here, like the Unity, and doing some Visual Studio, learning a little bit. There is let me go right here, Unity. And I might step through some of these interactive tutorials. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of this on my own time. Originally, in my previous videos, I was going to go through some of this while y'all watch me go through it. But, and maybe we'll do that. I mean, this is part of the process. I mean, I'm, like I said, in the learning process. So if you want to see how I struggle through some of this stuff as I follow through these tutorials, some of it may come right away and seem easier. Other stuff might be a little more difficult, but anyways, I'll take a look at some of these projects and pick out 1 or 2 in each area, and I think each one is going to bring a new skill to the table on getting to that goal of being able to develop a game from scratch once we go through all these tutorials. So this may be a good starting point before we even decide what type of game. Again, I don't know. I'm kind of jumping into this head first and without a real plan laid out, or nothing's really outlined or laid out as far as what I'm going to be doing. This is kind of off the cuff, so bear with me on that, and we'll get something rolling very soon. So stop back and check it out tomorrow.